Hello friends, how are you? I hope you all have a good healthy. The movie I will explain today, its name is Pirates of the Caribbean Sea. At the start of the movie, we see a girl on a ship. She was singing the song of the pirates. A man comes there and forbids her that the pirates will attract to your song. Meanwhile, the governor and lieutenant also come there. The governor was the father of the girl. The name of the girl is Elizabeth. The lieutenant tells Elizabeth that if a pirate will come here and we will hold him. We will give him the worst punishment. We give him a death sentence. It will be better that no pirate will come here because of your song. Because he will come here, I will not spare him. The governor says to lieutenant that, my daughter is not too young, don't say this in front of her. Then they leave from there. When they leave, Elizabeth was seeing in the sea. And she sees a boy coming in a wooden plank. He was laying on it. Elizabeth tells it to her ship members. They take the boy on the ship. He was almost the age fellow of Elizabeth. When they see at another side, a huge ship was burning there. Meanwhile, Elizabeth goes to the boy, his condition wasn't well. He tells his name to Elizabeth and gets faint. There was a golden locket in that boy's neck. It was looking like a golden coin. There was a pirate's sign on it. Elizabeth takes off the locket and takes it. So her father or lieutenant will not know that he is a pirate. Or he belongs to them. Otherwise, they will kill him. Now many years passed, Elizabeth has grown elder now. She was looking at the locket which she took from that boy's neck. Meanwhile, her father comes to Elizabeth and gives her a dress to wear it. In fact, today was the day of the progress of the lieutenant. The governor gave him a high rank. He says to Elizabeth to come there after getting ready. We will arrange an event for his joy. Because the governor wants to marry his daughter Elizabeth to lieutenant. Even there is a lot of age difference between them. Now we see the boy will, and he has become a blacksmith now. Today he also brings some weapons for the governor. Elizabeth also comes and meets him. But the governor doesn't want that his daughter will meet a poor man. He takes her from there, and on another side, we see Captain Jack Sparrow in sea. He stops his ship in the sea. It was a seaport. A man tells him to park his ship here. You have to give me a silver coin. He gives 3 silver coins to the man. Now he says, let me leave. When he moves forward, the 2 guards there stop him. Captain Jack Sparrow says to them, let me go, I have to steal the ship. The guards didn't believe that. What is he saying? On another side, we see Elizabeth and lieutenant at the shore of the sea. They were talking to each other. When the lieutenant turns his face to another side to confess that he wants to marry Elizabeth. And due to the tight dress, Elizabeth can't breathe properly. She feels suffocated. She gets faint and falls in the sea. There was the locket in her neck, and suddenly some waves come out of it. The waves spread around the sea. Jack has seen Elizabeth while falling into the water. He goes to the water immediately and takes Elizabeth. Seeing the locket in her neck, he asks Elizabeth about the locket. But then the governor and lieutenant come there. While covering Elizabeth, they point their swords at Jack Sparrow. Elizabeth tells them, he has saved my life. Meanwhile, the lieutenant sees the pirate's sign on the hand of Jack Sparrow. The lieutenant decides to kill him. But Elizabeth stops him. The least punishment, they decide the punishment they want to give him. It was to imprison him, and they make him their prisoner. But then immediately Jack releases himself and he holds Elizabeth. He points her sword at her. Gradually, he moved back, and then he runs from there. Jack goes to a place where he can cut his handcuff. It was the place of Will, because he was a blacksmith. As Will comes there, he sees Jack and he comes in anger. He takes out his sword. Now the sword fighting start in between them. And they both were trying to kill each other while using swords. Now Jack was about to kill Will with the sword. Then Jack saves himself while resisting with his sword. Soon some soldiers come there and they hold Jack. They lock him in jail. On another side, we see when Elizabeth fell in the sea. And many waves come out of her locket. Those waves go to a far distance to many ships. Now the huge pirate ship was coming to them. They were coming to that side where Elizabeth was. Those dangerous pirates come outside the room of Elizabeth. They say to her, "It enough, give us our valuable thing back." It means the locket. Because it is a locket of pirates and you can't keep it. Elizabeth says, "Stop, I want to talk to your captain." They listen to her and take her with them as a prisoner. When Will comes to know it, he immediately goes to the governor and the lieutenant. But they don't believe in him. Now Will goes to Jack and Jack asks him his full name. Will tells him, and Jack, who wasn't listening to him at first, was now ready to help him. Because he comes to know he is a son of a famous pirate. Will says to him, "I will help you to be free from here." After it, they leave from there. Hiding in a boat, they enter a huge ship. They were about to steal the ship. Meanwhile, the lieutenant sees all this with his binoculars. He sends his soldiers there, and as they come to this side, they weren't worried because they have already made a plan. There was another ship with their ship and there was a rope between them. With the help of a rope, they go to another ship. They take the ship from there and run immediately. The people standing there can't do anything. On the ship, they go to a huge island. There Jack meets his companion and he tells him that we will occupy a huge ship. But before this, we will meet its owner. After it, we will steal the ship. Jack was talking about the ship in which there was Elizabeth. And the big pirates were also there. He also says we can give them the blacksmith in return for the ship. It means he wants to use Will wrong. Now we see Elizabeth on the ship and she was with those pirates. The leader of the pirates tells Elizabeth the golden coin that I found from you. There were 881 coins like this. It was the last coin that I want to get. The famous pirates have those coins. But when the pirates don't have these they become cursed. Because the pirates go them while doing wrong. It was said about those coins. That whoever will use it, keep it, or will steal it will be in the curse. Then we come to know the secret that we can use all the coins if we want. We will be cursed. We will be immortal. But there is also a solution for this. That if we got the last coin we can remove our curse. Elizabeth says to him, I have given you the last coin. Why don't you let me leave? The leader says, not now, we find this coming from you. We will throw your blood on it. We will sacrifice your pure blood. So that we can be free from this curse. Elizabeth gets scared. She picks up a knife and stabs it in the chest of the leader and runs from there. As Elizabeth goes out she sees many skeletons on the ship. They were working there. They all were pirates and they become like this because of the curse. Then the leader of pirates comes out to Elizabeth. He says to her, have you seen? This is our curse. We didn't get fat whatever we eat. Our hunger also didn't remove. If we want to die we can't die ourselves. We have become immortal. With it, the leader also becomes a terrible skeleton. On another side, we see Jack, Will, and the companion of Jack. He was telling Will that why Jack wants to get a huge ship. Because he was a part of it before. He was with those pirates. But they leave Jack alone on an island. Jack wants to take revenge on them for this. Now we see the leader, he takes Elizabeth to a cave with him. There were more gold coins. But to place the last coin there he has to throw Elizabeth's blood on it. He cuts Elizabeth's hand. When he places her blood on the coin he throws the coin into the treasure. But he notices that after it, his companions and he weren't released from the curse. He slaps Elizabeth. Due to it, she falls down. She gets faint. We see Will there and he comes there secretly. He makes Elizabeth comes to her senses and he picks the golden coin. While taking Elizabeth outside with him. Because all pirates were busy making themselves free from the curse. That's why they don't notice them. But when Jack was about to move from there he was caught. Jack says them to leave him and if you will leave me, I will tell you the address of the man whose blood you need in reality. After it, you will be free from curse. But they have caught Jack still. They move to search for the man. On the other side, we see Elizabeth and Will on the ship. They were scared that the pirates may attack their boat. It happens the same they were scared of. Those pirates attack their boat and throw many arrows and bullets. Now finally they imprison Elizabeth and Will after coming in their boat. The leader of pirates knows that Will is the boy whom blood they need. Because he is a son of a big pirate. He is not cursed and can free us from the curse. After it, the leader of pirates place a big piece of wood in the ship. He makes Elizabeth walks on it and he asks her to jump in the water. He shakes the wooden plank so that Elizabeth will fall into the water. After it, Elizabeth falls in the water. After it, he immediately says to Jack, beloved Jack, you do remember we have left you here on this island many years ago. We are again leaving you. With it, he also throws Jack into the water. Now Elizabeth and Captain Jack Sparrow reach an island through the water. There was deep water around the island. They can't move from there. Now almost 2 or 3 days passed. Elizabeth burns fire on the island. Seeing the fire a huge ship comes and stops there. Luckily, there wasn't any pirate in the ship. There was the father of Elizabeth. Governor was in the ship. They rescue them. Elizabeth says to Lieutenant that we have to follow the ship of the pirates. At first, the lieutenant doesn't accept it. But when Elizabeth says if you agree with what I am saying, I will be ready to get married to you. So the lieutenant agrees. They all while following the ship. Where they were and their ships were also inside the cave. Because now they want to free themselves from curse. Captain Jack Sparrow says I will go inside and will tell the leader. There is one more ship outside. And send your companions out. When he does this I will go inside. Then you will shoot at those pirates. And after saying this, Captain Jack Sparrow goes inside. Now the process has been started in the cave. They have tied Will and soon they will cut his neck. Jack Sparrow stops them and says if you will be free from curse after killing him. Then what will happen when you go inside? The lieutenant and his companions are waiting for you outside. If they will kill you then what will happen? Now listen to me carefully. Instead of killing Will here you go out and kill them and occupy their ship. Like this, you will win. Then you will have 2 ships. After it, make yourselves free coming into the cave. So when you go out none will say anything to you. They all like what Captain Jack Sparrow liked. Meanwhile, Captain Jack Sparrow lifts a golden coin. He has done it so cleverly. Because their curse will not be removed till the coins be completed in the treasure. Now the leader sends his all pirates outside. The fight starts with pirates and the people outside. Now we see Jack and Will in the cave. They were fighting with the leader. They were fighting with swords. But when Jack stabs his sword in the leader's belly it doesn't affect him. Because he was like a skeleton and was cursed. When it was Jack's turn and he stabs his sword in Jack's belly. His sword stabs in his belly. Here the light falls on Jack. The real face of Jack is also shown and he has become a skeleton now. This is because he has stolen a golden coin some time ago. That's why he was cursed and luckily, his death wasn't possible. Here Jack gets an idea. The coin he has he places his blood on it and throws it to Will. Will catches it. Then Elizabeth comes there. When the leader sees her he points the gun at her. Jack Sparrow also points a gun at the leader. There is a loud voice of bullet. We feel like the leader has killed Elizabeth. But in real Jack has fired a bullet at the leader. Here the leader says to Jack there was the last bullet in this gun. That you wasted on me. Don't you know I am a skeleton and it can't harm me? Jack says no this is your thinking. With it, the coins which he had throws it in the treasure. After it, the leader turns into a human immediately. It means their curse was removed. Now the bullet starts affecting him. The leader dies here. We see the other pirates and they have become humans now. They all throw their weapons down. They didn't believe in it. They say we will not do war now because they got what they wanted. Now we see Captain Jack Sparrow was given the death sentence. Will was also there. He goes to the place where Elizabeth was. He confesses to her that he likes her. After it, he goes to escape Captain Jack Sparrow from a death sentence. Will open his rope and pushes guards and takes him with him. He runs while holding his hand. But their fate wasn't good before going out the soldiers of the lieutenant surrounds them. They point swords at them. Elizabeth comes here with the governor. She tells the governor that she likes Will. Getting a chance, Jack Sparrow runs from there. He jumps into the water there was the ship of his companions in front. They come to escape him. On another side, we see Lieutenant apologizes to the blacksmith means Will. The governor says to his daughter I want to see you happy. With it, he allows his daughter to get married to Will. On another side, we see Captain Jack Sparrow on the ship. Now he has become the captain of the ship. Like this, his dream comes true. With it, the movie also ends. Thank you for watching.